Hello, everyone. The purpose of this video is to introduce the Excel assignment to you. So in order to do your Excel assignment, the first thing you need to do is to go to the assignment site of Canvas and read the instructions. So let's do this together. I'm going to share my screen now. And I am going to go to assignment site. And I'm going to change my screen so it will be just like what you will see as a student. My screen, my interface is slightly different. So let's just go to student view. There you go. So the first Excel assignment that is coming up is chapter 13 Excel assignment. So we're going to click on that. So right now you are on the assignment site of Canvas. Notice how the assignment is change color into black. And what I like you to do is to please follow the instructions. It says you have to solve the problem 1343A, which is at the end of chapter 13. Now, although this video is prepared for chapter 13, you may have another chapter, but what's important is the main criteria that you must follow to complete the Excel assignment. So whether it's chapter 13 or chapter 11, it doesn't matter. It's really just what you need to do to complete the assignment, right? So right now I'm focusing on chapter 13, but it could be another chapter. All right, so on that note, what I want you to do is take a look at the assignment, read it, then go back to the class syllabus. The class syllabus has very detailed instructions on how to complete the assignment. So I'm going to share the class syllabus with you. So here's the syllabus, and I'm going to scroll back up to see the Excel spreadsheet. There we go. And I'm going to enlarge my screen so you can see it. So this is, there's detailed instructions here on how to do your Excel assignment. It says step 1, it says if an assignment has more than one requirement, use a separate sheet for each requirement. For example, let's say you're doing an income statement and a balance sheet and statement of retained earnings and statement of cash flows. And each statement, the requirement in that problem says requirement 1, requirement 2, requirement 3. So requirement 1 is to do income statement. Requirement 2 is to do balance sheet. Requirement 3 is to do statement of cash flows. Therefore, if you have several requirements in a problem, what I want you to do is open one sheet per problem. So let's open a blank spreadsheet, which is what you need to do. I'm going to open a blank spreadsheet. And I hope you see my blank spreadsheet here. Right now, notice at the bottom, let me make this a little bit larger. Notice at the bottom, there's only one sheet. Usually the default setting of Excel is 3 sheets. So mine right now is that 1. I can add second sheet and third sheet by clicking on that plus sign, okay? And that takes care of the requirement number 1. And then it says what we need to do as part of that requirement, actually, we're not completely done with requirement 1. It says also to name it, name each sheet. So you name the sheet based upon each requirement. So I'm going to go back to Excel. Sheet 1, let's call it, for example, income statement. So you double left click at the bottom of the sheet where you will see sheet 1, and you call it income statement. So you just type in income statement. Then let's say sheet 2, let's say this problem has also requirement 2, which is balance sheet. Obviously, problem 13 just has one requirement, just the income statement. So you're dealing with one sheet only. But just for the purpose of demonstration, let's assume that the problem has more than one sheet. Then I would double left click and now call this one a balance sheet. So that's an idea of how to name each sheet. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the class syllabus. It says then for number 2, if a problem requires some type of an explanation, for example, I ask you, what is the difference between basic earnings per share and diluted earnings per share? Then you have to type your answers. Now, I provide an answer key to you, and that answer key is primarily would be for the numbers, but not for anything that's text oriented. For text formatted type, you need to use your own language, your own words. You can paraphrase the answer key explanation, but do not just copy and paste it. Okay, so that's requirement number 2. Requirement number 3, it says that if the default setting is I already went over requirement number 3 as part of number 1, so my apologies. So number 1 and 3 are really the same. It says just you can insert more sheets, which I already showed you how to do that. Just click that plus sign at the bottom of the spreadsheet. All right, now requirement 4 is the most important one. And if students miss that, I will subtract 3 points per missing, I call it Excel formula function. So that's one of the most important functions of Excel, is that don't use a calculator, use Excel to do the calculations for you, whether it's going to be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. You want to use Excel formula function. You want to use Excel to do the calculations for you. Okay, so and then I will show you how to do that. I'm going to just do a quick demonstration for you. Let's say I have a 2 and a 3 and a 5 and a 6, and I want to add these. So what I'm going to do is you first go to the cell where you want the product to appear, where you want your addition to appear, your sum to appear. Then click on the sigma sign right over here. Do you see, everyone, the sigma sign? I'm going to just use the annotation so you can see it. Let's move. See the sigma sign right over here. Okay, so using that, it will do all the addition for you. So I'm going to clear and close my annotation. I did not do a good job. Let's see. And okay, I think I did it now. All right. So Remember, I said first you go to the cell where the total should appear. Then you click on sigma sign, and you will see these little marquees, these little broken lines flashing all around the numbers. Now, if you want more numbers, you can, let's say that later on you're going to put more additional numbers in this cell and this cell. You can start from here and then drag your mouse down, okay? And then press enter on your keyboard, enter on your keyboard, and there you go. It will add these numbers. So later on, if you decided to add a 1 there because it was part of my formula range, it's going, look, as soon as I press enter, it's going to change 16 to 17. There you go. Okay, so that's how you do your addition. Now, for subtraction, you use equal sign. You no longer use the sigma sign, use the equal sign. So let's say I want to divide 2 by 3. So I'm going to go to, first you always go to the cell where you want your final to appear, your product to appear. Then you click on equal sign on your computer, on your keyboard, on your keyboard. So on my keyboard, upper right-hand corner, there's an equal sign. There you go. I just clicked on that. Now I want to divide 2 by 3. So I'm going to go point to the cell where 2 is. And now once again, marquees around, you will see the marquees going around that cell. And then you will see it says H5. Now I'm doing division. So division is a slash. So I'm going to use a slash on my keyboard, which is located on the lower right corner. And then I'm going to say, then I point to the next cell, which is 3, because remember we're dividing 2 by 3. So I will press enter. And there you go. It does the calculation for you. Okay. So if I want to multiply, the same thing. I'm going to show you, I will go to the formula bar. See, everyone, this is formula bar that maybe I'll just use my annotation to show you formula bar. So the formula bar is this long, see, this is called formula bar. This over here, everyone, this is called address box, address box. That tells you right now your mouse is in I5. Now, Excel, the software, Excel is an application, it's a software. It consists of a series of columns, these are columns, and a series of rows. So we have row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way, so many rows, and column A, column B, column C, and what have you. Now, the intersection of a column and a row is called a cell, C-E-L-L, okay? So what we're doing now, we're entering formulas in a cell. You can enter a text, you know, like hello, it's a text. You can enter a number, number 2, number 3. You can enter a formula, which is, I showed you how to do addition and subtraction. You can enter a symbol, exclamation mark or comma. So you can enter any of those into a cell. All right, so I'm just going to clear my drawing and close this. And there you go. So I was mentioning, if you want to now, let's say I want to multiply, now I want to multiply 3 by 2. So again, I always start with my equal sign. When I do multiplication, subtraction, and division, I use equal sign. For addition, I use my sigma sign on the toolbar. By the way, I forgot to tell you, toolbar is, all right, I'm going to use the annotation again. This is my toolbar, everyone. You see how it has a series of icons, series of like pictures. That's toolbar. Then we have a menu bar, just like a menu in a restaurant. This is my menu bar. A menu bar consists of what we call commands. So it has file, it has home, insert, page layout, and then under each command, there is a series of sub commands. Each command will do something special for you. Okay, so let's clear the annotation and close it. Okay, so I was going to show you how to do the multiplication. Equal sign, remember, step one, you go to the cell where your product should appear, where your total should appear. Then you enter equal sign into that cell by using your keyboard. Now I'm going to point to where I want the number that should be part of this particular calculation, which is number 3. Again, you will see the marquees around that cell. And then I want to now use the asterisk. The asterisk is the multiplication sign. Okay, I use that. That is going to multiply. And then it says, you want to multiply what? I'm going to multiply it by 5, let's say. There you go. So then I point to where number 5 is. And now I'm going to press enter on my keyboard. So enter on my keyboard. There you go. So we multiplied 3 by 5. We arrived at 15. You want to do a division. Oh, we already did a division. We did the division. We did the multiplication. Oh, subtraction. Subtraction is the same thing. Let's say I want to subtract 3 from 5. So I will go again to the cell where the product should appear. Now I go equal sign. Then I say I want to start with 5. All right. And then I use the minus key, which is located on the top right-hand corner of my keyboard. And then point to the cell that should be subtracted. Now I'm going to press enter key. There you go. So I subtracted 3 from 5 and it arrived at 2. So I showed you how to do your addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication, which is requirement number 3. Requirement number 3. I'm sorry, requirement number 4. It's requirement number 4. Okay. Requirement number 5 is to put dollar signs. So to put the dollar signs, and only for dollar signs, take a look at the PDF format that I have for you as the answer key. So let's go back to the assignment side. I'm going to go back to the assignment side. Notice you will see the answer key. The answer key is in the PDF format. The only thing I want you to follow from the answer key is the dollar sign and the numbers, because those numbers are correct. Why am I giving you the answer key in PDF format? Because I want, the purpose of this assignment is not so much to focus on the accounting part of it, but to focus on Excel part of it. So I'm going to download, and always use the down arrow key, everyone. Do not click on this, although this is also a live link. But what I don't like about this is that it's going to open it within this window, and I like it to be at a separate window. So I just downloaded it. Now I'm going to click on it, There you go. Now we can open it. And I said, use the numbers. The numbers are all correct. So do the problem manually, then check your numbers, make sure your numbers are correct. Then the only part of this assignment where you follow the format is just these dollar signs. So we don't put dollar signs everywhere. We just put it at the beginning of every column. Notice how the dollar sign is at the beginning of this column, see? But you don't see it here, you don't see it here. Again, we see it over here at the beginning of this column. And then the total always carries a dollar sign, okay? And then these are not columns, this is just determining the, well, actually, you know what? They are column because look how it has, again, at the beginning, it has a dollar sign and of course your total. There you go. And then this is the requirement 2 and the same thing. There you have it. Okay. All right. So I was saying that use the dollar sign. You'll see it here. So we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and clear and close my annotation. Now let's go back to your assignment sign. There you go. And now we're going to use the dollar sign because that is part of number 5. It says use the dollar sign, use 2 decimal places, and that's it. So 2 decimal places and dollar sign. So let's do that together. There you have it. So I said we're going to use the dollar sign at the beginning of the column. I'm going to get rid of these just to make this nice and neat and make it a little bit larger. So we use dollar sign here. To use the dollar sign, I can click on, there are 2 ways of doing it. I can either click on this, do you see this dollar sign over here? Let me just use my annotation. See, do you see that dollar sign over here? I can use it, I can use that one, or you can also go to formatting cell. So let's just close my annotation. And so I'm going to go, you always go to the cell where the product should appear, right? Now I'm going to click on this dollar sign. There you have it. Now we call this a floating dollar sign. The other way to do the dollar sign is through this. If you want the dollar sign to appear every place, I would say highlight the whole thing and then use, see, so we go currency. And so first of all, I think I went too fast. Let's just start again. In the toolbar, there's a little arrow. I'm going to click on it. You will see a pull down menu. Make sure you are in the number where it says number. Then go to currency. Once you go to currency, then notice it says decimal places. You want to have 2 decimal places because that's what the instruction asks you to do. So you do 2 decimal places. The symbol, notice everyone's symbol here. I'm going to use dollar symbol. And now let's okay it. Notice how it has dollar sign everywhere. It has 2 decimal places and dollar sign. So obviously I don't want the dollar sign there. So I'm just going to get rid of it because I want the dollar sign at the beginning of the column and then the total. So I'm just going to get rid of it by going back here and selecting none for symbol. For symbol, I'm going to select none and okay. And there you go. They're all gone. Now I'm going to just go to that cell and from my toolbar, I'm going to use the dollar sign and then I will use a dollar sign here. Okay, so that's how you do the $sign. I showed you how to do 2 decimal places. For 2 decimal places, definitely first copy your range of cells, highlight, not copy, highlight your range of cells, then go to, see, you should be where it says home. You should always be in home. So let me annotate one more time. You should be where it says home, okay? And then you will go to where you will see it says numbers. So let's just get rid of the annotation. All right, so home and then the numbers. And then you want to use currency. You want 2 decimal places for the symbols none and okay, and it will do to the 2 decimal places. So let's go back to the class syllabus now and move this one up. All right, now I'm going to show you how to, let's say you want to send something to the printer. Instead of sending the entire, you might have pages and pages and pages of spreadsheet, but you only need to send 1 page to the printer. So what you need to do is to set your print area. I am going to go back to a classroom. There is a sample problem that I did. You see the sample problem? Again, I'm going to use a down arrow key to download it and open it. Enable editing. Now, let's say that I just want this area to be printed. Obviously, in this class, you don't print anything, but we're doing this so we learn how to do it for our daily life, for our work experience, when you're at work. Therefore, it's important to know how to do the set your screen for printing. So you highlight the area that needs to go to the printer, and then you go to view. I'm sorry, you don't go to view, you go to page layout. I got brain freeze. All of a sudden, I couldn't remember. You go to page layout. Okay, so you go to page layout, and then you select print area. So page layout, print area, set print area. You've already set all of this, and then you say, okay, send this to the printer. Okay, now notice this little dotted line, everyone. You see that little dotted line? Let me just use the annotation. You see this dotted line here? That means that anything beyond this dotted line is going to be a second page. Okay, and you can fix that. You can fix it by, let me close this. And of course, for this class, you don't need to know that, but it's good to know it for practical purposes, for work. So if I want everything to be on 1 page, I'm going to go to File, which is a command on my menu bar, right? And then I'm going to go to Print. So there you go. And then you will see that there will be a part that would say page setup. It's at the bottom. So I'm going to say page setup. Then once I click on page setup, it'll give me another menu. And there's one that says fit. So if I click on this one, I'm saying fit all of this into 1 page. Okay, so then it will fit it. Now I'm going to okay it. And you will see that it says, look, all of this is going to go to the printer. It will be just one page and not 2 pages. Okay. So I don't want to print, obviously. I'm going to go back and go back to your class syllabus. And that was just how to set your print area. So what I just mentioned, it's also mentioned here. And then it says enter your name, the name of the class, and the problem number. So let's take a look at the sample assignment. See, it should be your name. So if my name is Sarah Sayed, then I would have that there. And the problem 13-43A, financial accounting, and my name. There you go. Okay. So then you save it. The way you save it is you save it with your last name first, followed by the problem number. When you save a document, remember, never ever use forward slash or backward slash. It will not save it for you. So forward slash or backward slash, do not use. When you save it, you can just put, let's say, my name is Sayeden, so I put Sayeden underscore problem 34, whatever. Okay, so that's how you save it. Then you download it into Canvas, and I'm going to show you how to download now. So let's say that you are done with the assignment, and notice this, it says start the assignment, so I'm going to start it. And it says, then scroll down, it says, do you want to upload? I'm going to say, yeah, I want to upload, because you've already saved the assignment, right? You saved it on your My Document or under a folder that you have for the class. And then I'm going to just click on choose a file. And it's going to tell me where is the file. Well, right now my file is in download, so I'm going to go to download. Not document, but download. There you go. And that's my sample. Then you click on it and then you go open. Okay, and then it will upload it. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to upload this. But that's basically how you do the Excel assignment. So what we did, we went over everything regarding the assignment. As far as the rubrics, how my teaching assistant, Mrs. Reynolds, grades this is that if you do not have Excel formula functions, she subtracts 3 points. If you do not have your name and the problem name, that's -1 point. If you do not have 2 decimal places, that's -1 point. If you do not have the $sign, that's -1 point. If you don't set the print area, that's -1 point. If you do not name your sheet, that's -1 point. If you do not set 1 sheet per requirement, that's -1 point. So that's the rubrics that I thought you should know as to how it's graded. Now, you're always welcome to come to me ahead of time, 3 days ahead of time, and we can do a Zoom meeting. You can come to my office hours, that I always have office hours. I can take a look at your Excel assignment and tell you if you're doing it correctly. The Excel assignments must be done in a live interactive format. So it's not something that you can send me the assignment and tell me, check it, because then I will write down you're missing this, and then you say, well, I don't understand it. So we're going back and forth, and it gets frustrating. So the only way I would check your Excel assignment before it's graded is if you come to my office hours, or we could do a private Zoom meeting. Just remember that once the assignment is graded, there's no redo. So make sure you do the assignment, come to my office hours. For example, on Tuesday I have office hours. On Wednesday I have office hours for this particular quarter. Come to my office hours. I'm happy to check it. 5 minutes I will check your Excel assignment, and then you're good to go. Okay, so you don't have to stay during the entire office hours. Okay, so that is, you can always go to Mrs. Reynolds if you need help. Remember, Mrs. Reynolds, you cannot message her through inbox of Canvas, but her email address here. If you have any questions regarding how the assignment is graded, please do not come to me, because she will do the grading based upon the instructions I have given her. So please go to her and she will respond. Okay. On that note, I think we pretty much covered everything about the Excel assignment. And here you go. So I showed you where to go, and I think that should do it. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you're having a wonderful time, a pleasant time in this class. Remember, I always say that this is not an independent study class. You have me during my office hours. You have our accounting tutors. Remember, I have set a live link under the announcements in the navigation box. You can, that will direct you to the STEM Center where our tutors are. You can always go to Mrs. Reynolds. I can do, in addition to my office hours, I can do private Zoom meeting for you. So you have that interaction. On top of it, I have placed so many learning tools, so many videos and live links. By the way, speaking of videos, if you want to learn about Excel, you do also have videos on Excel. I'm actually going to show that to you. I hate to have this long video, my apology, but I think you should know that. So let's share my screen one more time. And now I'm going to just leave the student view for a second. Oh, it says I need to stop sharing. And now let me go. All right, okay, now I'm going to go back and share with you real quick. Okay, so I was going to say that you have videos. In addition to this video, you also have videos by the publisher that are excellent, excellent. So I'm going to show you how to get to those videos. You go to My Lab and Mastering. There you go. And then you go to, you open My Lab and Mastering. So now you're on Pearson's site, right? So Canvas took you to Pearson because I have created a link, linking Canvas to Pearson. Now you can go to multimedia library. Now, notice in the multimedia library, you have all chapters. See, everyone? This one. I'm going to click on that down arrow key. So let me just close this. Now, select chapter 0. Chapter 0, Introduction to My Accounting. Now look at all the choices you have. Now I'm going to select video. Select video and click on Find Now. Click on Find Now. And scroll down. See, you have all these videos.
In this video, we will review 3 different ways to sum a group of numbers in Excel. These 3 methods will include finding the sum by constructing a formula, as well as using the sum function. For the first way, we will construct a formula.
So this is pretty much saying what I said it, but it's in a lot more detail, and I really recommend it. And also remember that the way that I went to multimedia library, I have this written for you. So if you go to the announcements, you will see there's one that says videos on Excel. Where is that? Okay, where is that? Maybe it's in the announcements. Let's see if I have it in the announcement. If I don't, I can always, I mean, in the actual Excel assignment. If I don't have it, I'll put it in. Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong class. This is financial accounting 1. Sorry about that. I also have that open. My apologies. So this is your class, financial accounting 2. All right. So I was going to show you where I have there you go. See, it says under solutions to Excel problems. Let me see if I can just use student view so you can see it. All right, so now we're in student view. And I'm going to scroll down. See the video on Excel assignment. So it's once you click on it, it will tell you step by step how to view the videos. Okay, now I'm really done. Okay, and I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.